The new now is here. You need an out-of-the-box user-friendly platform that will help you transition smoothly to the new normal. You need vSmart School. vSmart School is a one-stop teaching and learning online platform perfect for hybrid learning. This two-in-one system caters to your distance learning and classroom management needs. vSmart School supports self-paced, teacher-paced, asynchronous and synchronous formal education online. In vSmart School, students will attend daily online classes and access Vibal's DepEd-aligned digital curriculum from preschool to senior high school. Need content for college? We have them too. With the guidance of parents and teachers, students will follow DepEd's recommended day-to-day lesson calendar for an entire school year. Teachers using vSmart School can also create lessons, schedule classes, and monitor their students' progress. Most importantly, teachers can also live stream or securely conduct online classes through the platform's webinar feature. Looking for a perfect classroom management partner? vSmart School has got you covered as it boasts of an out-of-the-box learning management platform. It provides a library of gamified and interactive materials, a lesson plan repository mapped to the curriculum, assessment tools, and ebooks that feature augmented reality technology. This LMS component of vSmart School is integrated with a learning record system. This means that through the system, teachers and students can track their teaching and learning journey. Not just that, teachers can also monitor students' grades through an electronic grading sheet called Gradebook. And if you need to deploy tests online, you can do so with Test Guru, where you can enjoy thousands of free test questions ready for deployment through the Vibal Test Bank. See? All your distance learning needs are here in vSmart School. Packed with curriculum-aligned content, learners' progress reporting, and ebooks that are AR ready, vSmart School goes beyond the traditional classroom experience. The good news is, you can also enjoy the vSmart School experience without the internet connection through its mobile app. Downloadable from Google Play Store and Apple App Store. So what are you waiting for? Start your virtual classroom with vSmart School.
Good afternoon, Kabibal, and welcome to our elementary education webinar series. For the discussion this afternoon, the topic will be on developing social awareness and civic mindedness among learners through social inquiry approach. Before we begin, take note of the following reminders. You have to make sure you are registered to the webinar to have your e-certificate of participation. Visit certificate.vivalgroup.com to generate your proof of attendance. You may place your questions in the comment box allotted during the session, and they will be addressed by our speaker later on. Share the video using hashtag LearnAs1PH as our official hashtag to our Vival webinars. Experience learning, Kabibal. And now, to proceed with our webinar this afternoon, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our distinguished speaker for today. Dr. Rowena Raton Hibanada, a graduate cum laude in secondary education major in social science from Philippine Normal University. She took her Master of Arts in Values Education at University of Asia and the Pacific in 2012 and PhD in Education, major in Educational Leadership and Management program at De La Salle University, Manila in 2017. She obtained a certificate in civic education for University of Asia and the Pacific in 2008, all on full scholarship. She was a Muntinlupa Outstanding Teacher in 2004, Metrobak Foundation Outstanding Teacher of the Philippines 2008, Dangal ng Barangay sa Edukasyon Awardee in 2009, Outstanding Citizen of Muntinlupa in 2014, Philippine Normal University Gawad Sulo for Eminent Alumni 2017, and Philippine Normal University Alumni Association Chapter Awardee in 2018, and Outstanding UNESCO Educator of the Philippines in 2019. A Fellow of UNESCO APCE IU Global Citizenship Education Trainers and ILE Fulbright Distinguished Award for International Leaders in Education Program in 2010. She worked at Pedro E. Diaz High School, Alabang, and DepEd Muntinlupa from 1994 to 2015. And now, she serves as an assistant professor at the Philippine Normal University. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Rowena Reton Hibanada.
Thank you, Miss Michelle, for that kind introduction. So we'll start now with our presentation. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for learning with us today. This afternoon is very special as we will talk about how to encourage our students to become more socially aware and more civic minded. So we'll get into that once I will be able to share my video. So our topic for this afternoon is all about how to develop social awareness and civic mindedness among our learners through social inquiry. So there is the goal. The outcome is for our students to be socially aware and to be civic minded, and the method of teaching or the pedagogical approach should be social inquiry. So let us delve into what social inquiry is. Okay. But before that, yeah. At this point in time, mga ka-teachers, have you ever sat down on your sofa or in a park lately, sa neighborhood park, and sat on a chair and thought of something? I don't think so because we are so busy right now. So, but still we are thinking, right? We have questions. Are there questions that you would like to find answers to at this point in time? Di ba meron tayong bucket list? Naalala niyo ito? So in life, meron tayong bucket list. Bakit ganito? Bakit ganyan? No? Pero kanino natin usually naririnig yung bucket list? Di ba yung mga bata, yung mga 5 years old students natin sa preschool or yung mga grade 1 students natin, they already have so many questions and they also have their own bucket list. Yung sa atin, yung bucket list natin, all our lives, marami din yun, di ba? Ngayon, meron tayong bucket list. Bakit ganito yung nangyayari sa amin sa Pilipinas or sa daigdig? Bakit anong mga maraming pagbabago ngayong pandemic? So, may bucket list tayo. Pag nagkaklase tayo, when we are about to finish our session during those are the days during the FaceTime activities that we have with our students in the classroom. We say, okay, class, do you have questions? Walang nagsasalita, di ba? Pero paglabas nila, sasabihin nila itong dialogue na ito, itong meme na ito. Kala mo lang wala, pero meron. Why? Naya sila siguro magtanong. They were not really given the confidence to ask questions. Kasi culture. Kaya, yung mga estudyante natin, ano na lang yung nagiging outcome nila after nilang makagraduate or after ng lahat ng pag-aaral na ito in our schools. You're nothing but a second rate, trying hard, copycat. Sorry, Miss Cheryl, hindi kita magagaya. So, nagiging gaya-gaya lang sila sa atin, no? Ginagaya nila the way we talk. They never question the way we have been giving them information. They never question the information that we are giving them. They never question. And if we have students who are questioning us, we would actually raise our brows and say, "At sino naman tong bibo-bibong bata na ito?" But actually, it's good that students give their questions or throw their questions to us. Kaya nga, that thing called questions, no, mga tanong sa buhay. Questions, questions, questions. Never-ending questions. Diba? And if you actually think about it, even our philosophers will say, the unexamined life is not worth living. So you have to really ask questions. Even if you are lost in a street, you have to ask questions. Ay, hindi, may Google Map. But you ask questions to Google Map, right? You ask questions to Mr. Waze. And before, in 2010, it was Garmin, no? And most of the Filipinos who uses those maps and navigators would not actually follow the navigators. So nagtanong ka pa, di ba? Parang ganon. So the challenge for us this afternoon is thinking about how we would like our classroom where students are free to ask questions and pursue any line of inquiry without fear of reprisal. So gusto natin yung mga estudyante natin, they are free to ask questions. They are free to look into it. They are free to investigate things that they would like to investigate with. And the pedagogy for that is social inquiry. So, syempre, meron tayong pedagogical approach, which is the inquiry approach. And how is it different to social inquiry approach? They are both inquiry method, and inquiry is defined as the quest for truth, information, or knowledge, seeking information by questioning. So when you are inquiring, you are just questioning. So it's okay to inquire, diba? It's okay, but the inquiry approach, actually, it's a strategy, it's a process, it's a pedagogical approach or process that has the aim of augmenting knowledge, resolving doubt, or solving a problem about a phenomenon. A certain phenomenon. It is an act of asking information. It is a process of personal discovery by learners. They come up with appropriate answers through critical thinking and questioning, smart questioning. And they generate knowledge, how it is transmitted, and how all parties, including expert teachers, parents, and the society, contribute to that kind of learning, meaning that you use the environment to validate the learning, the knowledge, no? So it's also an approach to knowledge creation. But what is the difference between the two? Well, social inquiry approach is an integrated process of examining social issues, ideas, and themes. So ibig sabihin, it is actually used and appropriate to be used as a pedagogy to social sciences. Okay? They both ask questions, they both gather information and background ideas, they both explore and analyze people's values, perspectives, knowledge. But here in social inquiry approach, it considers the way people make decisions in a society and reflect and evaluate on the understanding that the students have developed and responses may be required. So after learning all of this, ito yung kaibahan, no? What will you do with the knowledge in the inquiry approach? Going to the social inquiry approach. Anong gagawin mo sa knowledge? You have to pursue social action. There is a behavioral manifestation of that knowledge. It doesn't stop here at the cognitive level, but it will actually be derived into something that will make that they will make use of the knowledge in order for them to contribute to the society. So it's critical. It's critical. When we say critical, it uses critical thinking. It uses questioning many things. They investigate many things and analyze, including people's values, including the perspectives and the voices in some decisions or in some phenomena. So, what's the aim of social inquiry? The aim of social inquiry is to enable students to develop the skills, no, in inquiry research, in a social research, and to develop deeper understanding about their local community. So the aim of this pedagogical approach is that the students will be aware of where he is living or where that student is actually belonging to. Like if you're living in a certain place, if you're living in Baguio or if you're living in Muntinlupa, you develop that kind of a research and that kind of knowledge about your local community. No? And we want our students to be familiar with that, with their immediate environment. And what about now that we are in the pandemic? Well, in their immediate home, But that kind of feeling of belonging and understanding the local community should transcend from the home up to the global community that we have. We'll talk about that some more in the course of our discussion. Okay, so what are the goals in social inquiry? I have two goals that I will share to you. One is the informational goal. Now, the informational goals are all about concepts, all about conceptual knowledge. It's all about understanding situations. It answers the questions who, what, when, where. All right. But we transcend that into transformational and citizenship goals. We want our students to go a little deeper or go a little higher than the facts, no? Eh, ngayon nga, kahit yung facts may problema. So we need to suffice the informational goals. First, no, finding out the information, looking at the sources, and then we go higher into the transformational and citizenship goals. When we say citizenship goals, when we say transformational goals, there is some kind of a change, of an understanding of the perspective of a person that transcends, no, into, and that it's somewhat liberating. And of course, we will not be quiet about the goal of our K-12 law, our K-12 program, that is to develop responsible citizens equipped with the essential competencies, with the essential knowledge, values for both lifelong learning and employment so that they will be ready. And how would they do that? Of course, the social inquiry approach or the social inquiry process with the twin goals of informational goals and transformational and citizenship goals will actually fire up that kind of attainment of that goal. Of course, the EA, civic education, has its goal for civic education to understand the world and develop the skills of responsible citizenship. So how to be a responsible citizen? That is to know the information that's right, and that is doing something with the information that you know. Doing what's right with the right information, because there are people who do not have the right information and do not do right in the information that they got. So that's a kind of a twin. No, you cannot do away without the other. Kaya sabi nila, oy, ano na natin to, taasan natin. Syempre, tinaasan mo, huwag mo kalimutan yung basics. Kailangan mo pa rin yung what, when, where. But don't stay at that because, you know, social studies teachers, ito yung laging critic sa atin eh. Lagi ka nagpapasaulo. Pag nasa ulo mo na ba lahat ng mga bayani, mga pangalan nila, pati middle initial, pati kung anong pangalan ng inalagaan nilang aso, ay magaling ka na. Okay? Pero ano ba yung mas mataas kaysa dyan? Pag nalaman mo na ang ganito ang mga bagay na ginawa ng mga bayaning ito, ano yung susunod mong gagawin, no? Yun yung sinasabi natin na transformational goals. If you have known for a fact that this kind of virus kills, and what will you do with that kind of information? So that's more transformational, and that's more of citizenship. Considering responses and decisions with the twin questions, so what and now what, right? Those are twin questions that we will discuss later. So I will move towards social awareness and civic mindedness, which happens here, into an active engagement. So the goal for social inquiry approach is for our students to take social action that is called active engagement. How to do active engagement in the class? Yan. And I would say that this pedagogy, this approach is very much depth-ed because it's constructivist, according to Lev Vygotsky. It has all the abilities to look upon the environment of the student as a scaffold of learning. It's experiential. He has to experience it. It has to come from his experience. It has to actively engage the student in the learning process, and it has to make the student make meaning on his own. Okay? Number two, it's critical and reflective. As according to our friend, author, kahit di naman kami nagkita talaga, no? Si Sir Paulo Freire, sinabi niya na this pedagogy should humanize people through dialogue. When we say dialogue, you talk about it, you openly talk about it, talk about the theories, but also talk about what is happening, the practice. So when the theory and the practice goes together, it's called praxis. But in the middle of that is the activity of reflection. So it should be reflective. The social inquiry approach is a reflective approach, meaning that it moves beyond the lower level of fact knowing through the higher order conceptual skills of understanding, and then using a critical eye or perspective, which is reflective. Of course, when we use constructivist, when we use experiential approach, when we are using critical approach in our and critical theory in our teaching, and we are reflective, then all of those should be engaging our learners. So it becomes learner-centered. It enhances outcomes for our diverse learners, whatever level or whatever interest that they have, whatever motivations that they have, it has to cater their needs at that time. Okay? And number four, contextualized and transformative. It should reflect the current concerns and interests of the students. It starts from there. No? It starts from their concerns. It starts from their interests. It starts from where they are, their environment. But it also the teacher will provide or let the students go into that level of looking into the wider perspective or the wider societal issues. Sabi nila, sa elementary lang ba ito? Hindi po, mga kabaro, pwede itong gamitin sa pagtuturo, sa contemporary world, sa senior high school. Actually, no, ikaw yung titingin doon sa kind of level, pero ang ituturo ko sa inyo ay framework of structuring the lesson. Okay? So, according to Aristotle, every art and every inquiry, and similarly, every action and choice is thought to aim at some good. And for this reason, the good has rightly been declared to be that at which all things aim. Meaning that every inquiry that we are doing, everything that we are doing, we think about it, and it propels us to do something. It propels us to have and choose to act into something. And at that, I would say that it should aim at some good, or it should aim for the betterment of many, which is the common good o kabutihan pa lahat. Gusto natin makita yun, no? You use social inquiry approach so that the students will look into this situations from where he is, linking it to the national situation or to the world situation or the global situation, looking into how the action of doing it sa ikabubuti ng mas nakakarami, no? The aim of doing for the betterment of the common good. So, tingnan naman natin yung K-12 basic education law. We call it 9 and 5 or 9 to 5. We have 9 standards and principles and 5 pedagogical approaches. Naka-anchor ba ang social inquiry approach sa K-12 Enhanced Basic Education Law or Republic Act 10533? Yes. Why? Because in the 9 standards and principles of the K-12 education law, andyan lahat. When you are doing research, when it's research-based, then you use questioning. You use inquiry approach. When you are relevant, when you want to be relevant, when you want to be global, learner-centered, developmentally appropriate. So it is anchored on the standards and principles of the K-12 basic education law. When it is responsive, when it is inclusive, when it is developmentally appropriate, and when it is contextualized. And our law will tell us and reminds us that our teaching should be number 1, research-based, number 2, relevant, number 3, responsive. So that's 3 R's. And then that should be learner-centered, developmentally appropriate, and contextualized. And of course, we goes on to say that it should be inclusive and it should be culture sensitive. What about the approaches? Being an approach to the K-12 education law, being integrative of that, well, masasabi natin yan na, of course, integrative approaches uses questioning, uses inquiry approach, uses research. When you are reflective, it's part also of the social inquiry approach. When it's collaborative, yan. When it's constructivist, and when it's inquiry-based. If it's inquiry-based, ano naman yung mga dapat mong activities na ginagawa in crafting your lessons? So that's what we call the K-12 Enhanced Basic Education Law, 9 standards and 5 pedagogical approaches. So, what are the benefits of social learning, no? Through the social inquiry approach? Number 1, it enhances learning experiences for children. How do we do that? No, when we go beyond the books, when we go beyond just reading the book, then the students will enhance the learning experience. No, it enhances how students look at the books and the facts that are written in the books. The books are important because we have to know more about the information, but also when you do social inquiry approach, when you link the book that they are reading into the social context that we have right now, it enhances the learning. It has become relevant. It's becoming more relevant. Parang hindi niya tatanungin na, ano ngayon kung malaman ko to? Diba? So it enhances learning. Mas naiintindihan ng mga bagay-bagay ng ating mga bata. And I will go to the other side of my diagram to foster curiosity and metacognition. When the student is thinking about how he or she is thinking, that's metacognition. No? Yung pag-isipan niya, kung ako itong nasa sitwasyon na ito, what will I do? That fosters curiosity. Ano kaya yung gagawin ko? And these are what we call calculated risks. Kasi yung mga bata, natural na curious yan. Diba? But if they are not guided, that curiousness, that curiousness may lead to danger. But if there's a risk that is based on assessment, that is based on calculated risk, that curiosity becomes an enhanced learning. Okay? So, may natutunan. Okay? Is it okay to fail? Yes, it's okay to fail, but calculated risk and not those yung mga risk na hindi naman na dapat, 'di ba? Hindi na dapat silang pumupunta doon. So, those are part of the discipline of the students that we have to also enhance among them, self-discipline. And then, it also allows students to take ownership of their learning. Ito yung question ngayon eh, the question of the moment. Will our learners be able to learn by themselves using the materials that we are about to give them in the opening of classes? I ask my children, I have an incoming grade 10, I have an incoming grade 7, we just finished grade 6, and moving up to junior high school, and I have kinder. And I ask them, do you really need a teacher in the coming school year? Meaning that, do they need to talk to a teacher in order to learn? No? And I got varied responses. The other one say, parang di ko masyadong naiintindihan kapag wala yung teacher ko eh. Kailangan may sa akin, may mag-guide sa akin. I needed that guide. I needed that facilitator. But the other one would say, kaya ko to. I can learn this on my own because I have resources to use. So there's a kind of a self-direction. There's a kind of an independence in the second response. Of course, the preschool will just play without a teacher. So, ayun ano, and the advantage of having a teacher parents or teacher mom ay ikaw yung magtuturo sa mga anak mo. Pero yung ibang mga estudyante natin, they don't have that kind of life. Will they be able to take ownership of that kind of learning? And when you use social inquiry approach, you use the guide questions, the questions that you crafted together for that self-direction in learning, for that independence in learning. No? At hahanapin niya yung kanyang sagot sa kanyang environment, sa kanyang research, sa materials that you will provide also to them. Diba? And when you do that, when you try to discover something on your own, diba, that creates a certain love of learning. Na that kind of self-efficacy, that kind of self-management. Okay, na kaya ko pala. So the self-efficacy of learning becomes higher and higher, and it fosters the 4 C's, the C of critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. So those are the good benefits of learning through social inquiry. What else? Well, I would highlight it's very authentic. It's social learning, but it's authentic because the learning will emanate, the meaning making, no? That's constructivism. The meaning making will be based on the experience of the student if he goes on to learn about his own environment. You have one concept. Isang concept mo, let's say ang concept mo ay pangangalaga ng kalikasan. Iba't ibang learning yan kasi ngayon iba-iba yung environment nila. So that's what we call authentic learning. And in an authentic learning, you need an authentic assessment. Okay, so wait, there's more. Okay? Ito yung gusto kong i-focus natin lahat. Lahat ng mga yan, it develop engagement and achievement. And when we, many researches will actually prove that when the students have a higher level of engagement, then there is a higher level of achievement. So those who are really active in school, those who are really active in the class, those are the students who are highly to achieve and finish the course or finish the school year. And some of them will finish with flying colors. And then you also have self-efficacy and social efficacy, self-discipline, self-management, yan. And then social efficacy, how to deal with others, no? And it has effects on social relationships in the parents, with the parents at home, with the siblings, yan. integrative learning, to be able to integrate all the learnings in the other disciplines, and then to discover learning. And who knows, no, we can actually generate new knowledge about this. And so how? Sabi niya, oh, so how nga? So I'll give you an example. So sa De La Salle University, they have we call it the Lasallian Missions Office. Nagpalagay sila ng tinatawag na Lasallian Framework o LRF, the Lasallian Reflection Framework. Masid, danas, suri, nilay, taya, kilos. Anong ibig sabihin ng pagmamasid sa environment, sa kanyang kapaligiran, dinadanas kung anong meron sa kapaligiran, sinusuri ang mga nangyari sa kapaligiran, nagninilay-nilay, pagkatapos ay ini-evaluate ang mga pangyayari sa pagninilay niya at gumagawa siya ng pagkilos. Okay? Sa Philippine Normal University Values Ed, we call it ACES, no? You look into the affective, you look into the cognitive, and both are experience, and then you go for self-direction. Paano mo aayusin yung sarili mo? Paano mo aayusin yung iyong mga pag-uugali? So, kailangan mong tignan, ano ba yung mga affective experiences? Ano ba yung mga cognitive experiences? And these are frameworks, no? Eh, nung nagtuturo ako, ganito ko laging ginagawa yung social inquiry approach ko. Number 1, ahem. Pag sinabi ng mga estudyante ko, ahem, alam ko na yan. So, alam niya yung knowledge level. Meron siyang understanding. Pag sinabi niya, aha, meron siyang bagong discovery. Na-discover niya na, ay, ganito pala pumunta mula sa Alabang patungo sa Festival Mall. Ito yung dadaanan mo kung magja-jogging ka lang. Or ilang steps ang ginawa ko. Meron akong mga estudyanteng ganun yung mga discovery, no? Simula sa school namin, papunta sa Festival Mall, ilang steps pala yan. Tapos tinanong ko, nag-cutting ba kayo? Ay, hindi ma'am. Pagkatapos ng school, naglakad kami, nakatipid kami. Okay. Pag sinabi namang, ano daw? Ibig sabihin nun, ano yung tanong? Ito ay isang tanong ng pagsusuri. Diba? Sinusuri mo, ano daw? Ba't ganun yung sinabi niya? Diba? Pag tinanong natin ang isang taon, ano daw? Inuulit natin so that we can actually reflect on the statement or reflect on what we have heard. And then we say, oh, ano ngayon? Diba? So, anong gagawin mo pagkatapos ng lahat ng yan? Nalaman mo, may aha moment ka, diba? Nagnilay ka, nagsuri ka. So, ano ngayon? Diba? Yan. So, ito naman yung social inquiry approach na gusto nating mangyari sa ating mga pagtuturo, no? Itanong natin, ano? Ano yung tinutukoy dito sa tanong na ano? Ito yung informational goals. Ito yung mga kailangan matutunan. Ito yung mga topics na importante. Tapos nalaman mo yon, ano? Diba? Ano kung malaman ko yan? Ay, malalaman mo pala na kulang pa itong klase ng knowledge na ito. So dagdagan pa natin, mag-research pa tayo. We need to do research on more. We need to do more readings. And then, the last question is, ano ngayon? Okay? Ano ngayon? Yun ang tanong, ano ngayon? So, we ask our students and let them talk about the topic first. So what? Ito yung dalawang tanong, di ba? So what and now what? So what? Now what? Yeah. So how? I got this framework from a research that's made in the New Zealand Ministry of Education. And they have given a very comprehensive, from the questions, from the question of so what and now what, they develop a reflective social inquiry framework. And I want to share it with you. So paano nga ba? So number 1, the students and you as the teacher should identify the learning focus. So you can actually give the students the goal of the learning process. For this session, these are our objectives. What do you want to learn? Yan. What do you want to learn? What's the focus of our learning topic? What questions can we ask about this topic? So you just You just test, pre-test, diagnose their background information, their schema about it, 'di ba? For example, what are your initial assumption in this learning topics? And have to um, we have to document all those things. No, which concepts are the key to really learn? Why do you have to learn it? So those are, you can actually ask them to add some topics related to the topic, and then do please avoid being judgmental. Let them just give the topics that they have, and eventually the students will have to look into the links if they're really relevant, diba? So those are the questions that we can ask in identifying the focus of our learning, because we need to have some focus, no? So the focus of the learning topic. Next is exploring values, voice, and perspectives. So what are the different viewpoints? Ano ba yung mga viewpoints dito sa ating binasa? Sa palagay nyo, what has shaped people's values, viewpoints, perspectives, and beliefs? And how do this influence their responses? This is the students actually analyzing the origin of trying to understand people's background, people's voices, people's different perspectives, and why are there conflicts in perspectives, and why are there agreements, or let's say congruent perspectives. And syempre, hindi natin sa klase ko lagi namin ginagamit yung the thinking hats ni De Bono, or the thinker's keys ni Tony Ryan. So if you want to look into it, you can actually Google search the thinking hats, different thinking hats. Diba? May mga colors yung mga hats na yon. Sometimes, nagagawa namin yung crown, the thinking crown, and all of these things. So, that's how you explore. Also, mamaya bibigay ko naman sa inyo yung mga strategies for that. Next, reflecting and evaluating. The questions for this activity while reflecting is there something that we missed about the information? Or is this information reliable? Are the sources that we use reliable? So you look into it, and it's 21st century skills, no? Media literacy skills. When our students are able to locate the information which are really reliable or not, no? Kaya ang dami misinformation, nagkakaroon ng misinformation because we have not given our students, they are not trained to look into the reliability of the sources. Okay? So, could the learning process be improved? Is there anything, any information that we need to add? And why was this information in this particular context, in this particular perspective? Why is it like this? Okay? And now we come into the point that we ask, so what? So now we have known about this, we are understanding, we have conceptual understanding about these things, we can explain these things, we can synthesize these things. Nasisynthesize ng mga bata, nakakapagbuod sila, nasasabi nila ang mga pangalan, nasasabi nila ang mga pangyayari, nasasabi nila ang tungkol sa pinagmulan ng park, paano nabuo yung park sa lugar nila, 'di ba? Pero paano natin i-communicate itong mga napag-aralan natin na ito, no? And how is this learning? This is a very important question. How is this learning significant to me? How is this learning significant? What will I do with this information? No? Personal pa lang, personal pa lang. Or what will this information be of help with my classmates, no, for my family, for my society, for my barangay, okay? And the last question is that, now what? Do we need further learning? What are the next steps that we are going to do? What can we do about this information? What will be our decisions and actions after knowing about this? After knowing about this that our municipality is like this, what will the action be? What will be the decisions we have to take? So, ayan, laging sinasabi, itong social inquiry, pagka ginagawa mo yung paghahanap mo ng information, it's always multidisciplinary. When you look into the thinking hats, it's always multidisciplinary. Tinitignan mo yan, pwedeng tignan yan. No? Kahit yung si Tony Ryan's thinking keys, tinitignan mo yan. Interdisciplinary, if it's interdisciplinary or cross-disciplinary, or if it's transdisciplinary. So, you do concepts about the world, you find information in the discipline. Ano example ko dito? Ano ka lang, nagdi-discuss ka lang ng pangangalaga sa kapaligiran. Ang problema mo, masyadong maraming basura sa inyong pamayanan. Pero, pumapasok dito ang math. Ilang tonelada ba? Tonelada talaga, no? Ilang truck, ilang kilo ang nag-generate na basura ng iyong pamilya? Okay? Science, pwede bang meron tayong process of composting dito sa mga basurang ito? So you need information about different disciplines. Ang tawag namin dyan ay disciplinal thinking. So you have the discipline, but you also know about other disciplines. And then our students should have the skills of processing those information. And this is what we call critical thinking, mga kabaro. When they infer, when they analyze, when they synthesize, when they evaluate, those are what we call. And when we do more than that, when we go and move into action, we call that now, sabi ng Stanford University, design thinking. Yeah, design thinking, meaning that you look into the problem, but you also look into what is the need of my community. I will design a prototype, and then by using my creativity, I will design something that will solve this problem so that our living will be more convenient. Okay? So you have to know multidisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, or transdisciplinary, or interdisciplinary. So we go into our role as teachers. No, I've been teaching in the classroom for 17 years in the basic education. Ang marami sa mga naging estudyante ko ay mga teachers na ngayon, and they are watching right now. I also am now teaching at the pre-service education major in values education. They're now also and social studies majors. They are actually in tune right now. So what are the different roles of the teacher? The teacher is a partner in inquiry. No? When we say we are partner in inquiry, hindi tayo ka-level ng estudyante, but we also would have to like the idea of learning some more, inquiring some more, no? Parang eager to learn more, no? And with that kind of excitement, the students will also get that kind of a vibe na, ay, my teacher is a co-learner. We both learn in this. We both want to know and discover about this topic. And then, of course, you do a good role model when you do that. But let me highlight that we are planners and managers. We plan and we manage. We don't act on the spur of the moment, serendipity kind of thing. It's not well, it may work in some areas of our lives, but it may not work in education. So we need to plan the things that we are going to do in the class, whether it be online or face-to-face. We are managers. We manage the learning process. We are a facilitator or a mentor on the side. We mentor each one of our students to learn on their own until they can do it on their own. Okay? So, what are the different strategies in synchronous and asynchronous? Alam ko kasi nakikinig din ako lagi sa mga we learn as #1PH. So, nakita ko na meron na tong may mga discussions na about this. Pero gusto ko lang siyang i-share sa inyo, no? Sa social inquiry approach, you can use the strategy. Ito ay strategy ha, kasi approach yung social inquiry, no? So, use questioning, you use reflective questioning, you use research in the community, but may mga activities kang pwedeng gawin sa klase mo. So, storytelling. Yan. Knowing about the local history. Yan. Narratives of people in the community. Favorite ko yung sa klase namin sa isang klase ko sa transformative education, yung we always look into the narratives of different sectors in the society. So the students will group themselves. Kami yung mga magsasaka, no? Sila na babantayan namin ano yung mga ano ba yung mga nararamdaman ng mga magsasaka. Yung isang grupo naman, kami yung mga negosyante. Kami naman yung mga, so may mga group sila na tinitignan nila yung voices nitong mga tao na to. Anong ibig ko sabihin sa voices? Ito yung perspective. And some of the groups, they actually chose the voices that are not really heard, yung mga tao sa laylayan, mga urban poor. Kami ang mga urban poor. So, nakita ko doon yung kung paano nila napakalalim na nasaliksik kung ano ang pinagdadaanan ng mga grupo na ito at kung paano nila, and you know, at this point in time, sila na yung mga those who have been advocating, kasi mga teachers na rin sila, for these people na sinasabi natin na marginalized members of our society. Next, we have inventions. So, tingnan natin, paano ba na-invento ito? Bakit na-invento ito? Yan. Para saan? You know, you can actually spur students' creative mind in inventing something that will help us, no? Kahit na yung mga magagaling sa computer for development on apps, mga high school, pwede yun. By social inquiry, by design thinking, no? Design thinking is a social inquiry, is in line with, anchored with social inquiry approach. And then you have biographies and news articles. Now, these are very common in social studies. What about case studies, research, social experiments, interviews, panel discussions, movie clips, videos? Example ko dito, yung aking kinder na estudyante dito sa bahay, favorite niya yung Khan Academy Kinder. At meron daw mga stories about environment. And one of the feature stories ay ang title, Our Plastic Ocean. But she was very fond of turtles. Gusto niya yung mga maliliit na turtle. Pero sabi niya, Mommy, the turtle is deceived. Deceived talaga, no? Kasi akala ng turtle ay seaweed, yung green thing that is in the ocean, but it's actually plastic. And we know many things about it. Nabasa natin lahat yan, ano? And by that very moving video clip, nalaman niya at the age of 5 years old, she was only 5 at that time. Ngayon kasi magsisix na siya in a month's time. Kakatapos na lang mag-4 noon. So, nakita niya yun. So, ang laki ng effect nun sa kanya. Pati sa pagtatapon ng basura. So, ibig sabihin nun, if you really facilitate good questioning, and if you really dwell into it, the students will actually learn some more. Oh, yan. So, ilang basura ba talaga yung nagagastos natin, ay na-generate natin araw-araw. Lalo na yung food waste, di ba? Kapag nasa bahay tayo. Yan. And then, my personal favorite is problem-based approach. During my high school teacher stint, this is really my favorite activity in the class. I call it Project Citizen. So, may contest pa ito, no, ng Philippine Center for Civic Education, where it's community-based, it's community immersion, but it's also problem-based, where my students will gather problems in the community, in their own community, and then they will research about it, but also they will present it into 5 panels. No? Ang portfolio nila may 5 panels. The problem, the context of the problem, and ang dagdag kasi nito para sa civic citizenship ay yung meron ka bang policy proposal? Kasi pagka may policy proposal ka, mas sustainable yung mga solutions mo. Meron ka bang policy, kasi high school level naman to, meron ka bang policy proposal as an action, no, to your community na ipepresent mo sa sangguniang barangay o sa sangguniang panglunsod para ma-adapt nila ito. And there was a time na ang Joint Student Council of Muntinlupa was able to present to the mayor at inadapt ng city government, no, sa city council yung pagbaban ng paggamit ng plastic sa buong city. And it was a high five for us. It was a high feeling for all of us teachers who are using that kind of teaching method of social inquiry approach, no, with the strategies of project citizen, problem-based, community-based, no. You can also use other strategies, but I think, pero ngayon, ang tanong, paano ngayon? You still can do research, no, about your community, specifically with communities that have actually, that are web-based, no? Ano ngayon yung mga problema? Iba ang problema na dinadala ng sitwasyon natin ngayon. So yun, doon tayo magdudwell ng problem. Paano yung collaborative approach? Well, that's a challenge. Pero pwede ba silang magsama-sama at mag-discuss in an asynchronous platform? And then they do research in an asynchronous type of learning. Okay. Also, we have strategies like technology-based, such as web quests. There are also application for question generation. Kung gusto nyong malaman yung mga questions ng mga estudyante nyo, you can use the Mentimeter. Pwede ka pang mag-generate ng QR code para i-scan na lang ng mga bata, and then they can answer using their phones, no? Pwedeng sticky notes, pwedeng Padlet, pwedeng sa social media, pwedeng blog, or pwede ring vlog na napakaraming gumagawa ngayon, right? Okay, next, the art of questioning. Yan, teachers, we need to possess and master the art of questioning. What do I mean by that? We have to think of effective questions. Number one, we have to know the categories of questions that we throw our students, throw questions. Now, knowledge, is it already in the call to create kind of question, or evaluative kind of question, or synthesizing kind of question? All of these things, knowledge, you go from knowledge and then conceptual understanding and then analysis questions, synthesizing, evaluative questions, and questions that we'll call them to create. Diba? Effective questions provide a wide range of answers. Yan. So it is developmental. It is varied. When we say varied, you have thin questions and thick questions. When we say thin questions, ito yung mga low-level understanding questions. But when we say high questions, those are critically thought of reflective questions. Not thought-provoking, challenging, but it should be relevant to the topic and should be divergent. Okay? We have to manage our students' responses, specifically yung mga wait time. Wait time is important. No? And one thing I want to remind everyone, let's not call on students who are not raising their hands. Kasi mas maganda na yung active. But we can always encourage them. That's how we manage students' responses. Okay? What else? Questions that will lead to research, or questions that will lead the students to think some more. Kaya sabi ko sa mga estudyante ko, okay lang yan. Think even when it hurts. It's hurting to think, but it's actually very, it's challenging, diba? It's very challenging, and it's thought-provoking. Okay, so there are so many questions, but remember that the why of learning has never changed. Why do we need to learn? It has never changed. Hindi nagbabago ang reason why we need to continue education. Kasi ito, bakit hindi siya nagbabago? Kasi nga, socially aware students, civic-minded citizens. Diba? We want our students to have an active engagement in the society. Iba yung may alam at may pakialam. Yung iba, alam lang. Yung iba, mali ang alam at nakikialam. Pero mas maganda na alam nila at may pakialam sila. Tayong lahat, no? That's what we call active engagement. That's very behavioral, that's tangible, that's even measurable. Okay? Kaya yung mga bata natin, yung mga estudyante natin, pag natuto sila ng social inquiry approach, they will have that framework on their own. Kaya nagkakaroon na sila ng alam, malalim na kaalaman, merong pakialam, kaya sila ay batang may laban. Yan, mga batang may laban. Anong ibig sabihin natin doon? Yung may layunin para bumangon, may pinaniniwalaan, may paninindigan, may pinaglalaban. So huwag niyo akong tanungin, bakit ako hindi ako pinaglaban? Iba 'yon. 'Di ba? Joke po 'yon. Iba 'yon. Pero ang sinasabi natin dito, meron siyang layunin sa buhay, may purpose. Alam niya kung ano yung purpose niya sa buhay. Tapos may tunguhin siya. I-redirect natin yung mga estudyante natin na ang tunguhin ay yumaman, pansarili. Hindi yan masama, no? Pero, pag inisip mo yung common good, yan, yung kapakanan ng nakararami. So, itong mga tao dito, talagang natutuwa ako dyan. Kilala nyo naman yan, ano? Si Darna, no? At very active sa social media. Si Emma Watson, an advocate of women's rights, gender equality. Of course, si Greta, kilala niyo si Greta. Siyempre si Fiona, kilala niyo yan. May sariling advocacy about bullying and cyberbullying. Of course, ako may sarili din akong advocacy about education. Diba? Pero pwede niyong ilagay yung mga mukha natin dito. Kasi meron kang dahilan kung bakit ka bumabangon. Kaya may dahilan ka kung bakit ka nakikinig ngayon sa akin. Diba? May layunin ka at may tunguhin ka. Sabihin na meron kang pinaglalaban sa buhay. Meron kang advokasya. Okay? At yun ay produkto ng pagtuturo ng mga guro mo dati na gumamit nitong klase ng mga approaches na ito. Kaya namulat ka. Okay? Kaya tayo namulat dito. Kaya gusto natin yung mga mga estudyante natin ay ganun din. Okay? O, sabi namin, dapat may compass ka. Sa Philippine Normal University, ang compass namin, Truth, Excellence, Service. Kaya ang laging tanong dyan, bakit gusto mo magturo? Bakit gusto mo dito ka mag-aral? Bakit PNU? Pag di mo to nasagot, pwede ka pang bumagsak sa interview dahil konti lang tinatanggap na estudyante dito eh. Alam yan ni Ma'am Michelle. So, tatanungin ka, bakit gusto mo maging teacher? So, anong pinaglalaban mo? Anong compass mo? Why do you want to be a teacher? Okay. I want to be confidently beautiful with a heart. Okay, pasok ka na. Yan. So, pag tinanong, bakit ka nagtuturo? Bakit hanggang ngayon nandiyan ka pa? This is my 26th year of teaching. Bakit ako nagtuturo hanggang ngayon? Bakit ko ginagawa ito? Bakit tayo nagpupuyat sa ating ginagawang learning materials? Diba? Bakit natin ginagawa ang lahat ng yun? Kasi meron tayong purpose. Alam natin kung ano ang purpose natin. At naimulat sa atin yan. Salamat sa ating mga forerunners, teachers who have taught us and mentored us. I have teachers who have mentored me when I was a young teacher. And now, syempre, ito na. We have a VUCA world right now. Sobrang VUCA ng ating daigdig. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Sobrang volatile, sobrang uncertain, sobrang complex, sobrang ambiguous, and then sobrang disruptive. And our classroom is now without walls, and we have a borderless community. But the aim for social inquiry approach is that our students would get that sense of belongingness to a broader community that extends beyond national boundaries, that extends and understand and emphasizes common humanity. And that kind of interconnectedness because we are all human, no? And the action is local, but the impact is global. That's why we call ourselves Filipino global citizens. We have a borderless community. We have classroom without walls. How are we ready to be teachers in this kind of community? Filipino global citizens know the global goals. Know the ambition 2040. Diba? Know the ambition 2040. Know the global goals of 2030. So gusto nating makita ito na pagdating ng araw ay wala ng kahirapan, walang gutom, ayos ang pamumuhay ng mga tao, may dekalidad na edukasyon, nagkakapantay-pantay ang mga kasarian, may malinis na tubig at sanitasyon, abot kaya at malinis ang enerhiya, hindi yung nagtataka ka, disenteng trabaho at maunlad na ekonomiya na walang naiiwan sa laylayan, industriya, inobasyon at infrastruktura na hindi nagsasakripisyo ng kapaligiran. Nagbabawas ng hindi pagkakapantay-pantay sa kabila ng malaking digital gap na nararamdaman natin ngayon, mga lungsod at pamayanan na patuloy ang pag-unlad, responsableng pagkonsumo at produksyon, aksyong pangkilala sa buhay at yamang dagat, buhay at yamang lupa, higit sa lahat kapayapaan, katarungan at matatatag na institusyon at pagtutulungan para sa mga adhikain ng bawat mamamayan. Panatag, maginhawa at mapayapang buhay. So, para kapag yung mga estudyante natin ay natapos ng ating pagtuturo sa susunod na taon, ito yung sasabihin niya, sisikapin kong maging isang Pilipino, hindi lang sa isip, hindi lang sa salita, pero ginagawa. At yan ang kulang natin. Kulang tayo sa gawa. Kaya kailangan natin, no, na dumami ang ating mga mamamayan na hindi lamang sa isip, hindi lamang sa salita, nagiging Pilipino, kundi pati sa gawa, social action. Okay, bakit tayo nandito? Tama-tama ba? Sakto ako sa oras. Why are we all here? Mga kapatid, why are we learning together? Because we are all mad here. We are all making a difference in the service of our nation. No? Gusto natin magkaroon ng pagbabago. Ito yung ating pinaglalaban. That I, as a teacher, will make a difference in my students' lives. And you know, you really touch the future if you teach. As a teacher, I've seen that kind of an empowerment where if we teach them properly, using these pedagogies, using the social inquiry approach, they'll become better citizens. I vouch into that. I encourage you to do that because I have seen among my students, they are really, mas active pa sila sa akin actually ngayon. Mas marami pa silang ginagawa para sa bayan kung tutuusin ngayon. So, nagpapasalamat ako sa kanila dahil grabe yung kanilang pag-aaral sa klase at naging mabuting guro sila sa kanilang mga paaralan. Because we are making a difference, no? Because we are making a difference. Don't get overwhelmed. Whatever you cannot do for everyone, you can always do for one. Si Juan, no? Just one student at a time. We can change this world one student at a time because we make a difference. Oh, ito, sabi nga ni ang author na ito ng Garden Book in 1986, si Amos Pettingill. Sabi niya, this unpredictability which strikes terror in the heart of the beginner. Lahat tayo kasi beginner ngayon, no, sa ating pag-aaral at sa ating pagtuturo sa susunod na pasukan. Is in fact one of the glories of gardening. Things change, certainly from year to year and sometimes from morning to evening. There are mysteries, surprises, and always lessons to be learned. After almost 40 years hard at it, we are only beginning. Or after 20 years of teaching, at this point in time, we are actually just beginning. And my challenge to you is not to falter, no? Don't get stressed. Just continue on fighting. Sige lang tayo para sa ating mga mag-aaral. Gusto natin matapos ito para sa ating mga mag-aaral. Galingan natin, gamitin natin ang mga tamang pedagogies, tamang paraan ng pagtuturo para sa ating mga mag-aaral. Pwede ba itong gamitin? Pwede ba itong i-apply sa mga learning materials na ginagawa natin ngayon that we are crafting right now? Yes, oo naman. Okay, so yan. Ito yung last slide ko. Piliin mong maging mahusay. Pero piliin mo rin maging mabuti at mapagpasalamat. Kasi kung mahusay ka lang, pwede ka maging better. Pag may nakita kang mas mahusay sa'yo. Pero pag pinili mong maging mabuti at maging mapagpasalamat, you will become a better person. Not just for yourself, but also for the people around you. This is our education. We shape it, we build it, we transform it, we act on it together with our students. Itong mga estudyante ko ngayon ay mga successful na. Matagal na kasi yan, 2010 pa yan. So, yan na sila. May mga sa sarili nilang larangan. So, like me on Facebook, Teacher Awi, and on Twitter. Maraming salamat mga kaguro. Sana may natutunan kayo because #we learn as one PH.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc Awi. Now we will proceed to the question and answer portion po.
Sige.
Ang first question po natin is from Ma'am Nora Changat. What strategy does a teacher applies when having pupils with advanced performance level and pupils with slow learners, and I am referring to slow learners? Yun po.
Depende po kasi kung anong ginamit mong metrics kung ba't mo sila sinabing slow learners, ano? Sa social studies kasi, when we talk about social inquiry, we start with their experiences. So, sorry po tingin ko pag social inquiry, hindi ganun ka-slow yung mga bata. Kasi lahat yan may experience eh. Diba? Lahat yan nakaranas, lahat yan may environment, lahat yan ay may kinabibilangang pamilya, lahat yan ay may kinabibilangang barangay. Okay? Pero, ang pwede mong gawin, kung talagang nakikita mo silang, ay, ito fast, ito slow, tignan mo naman yung ibang intelligences po nila, ma'am. Baka naman, iba yung metrics na ginamit mo. Baka naman kasi yung intelligence ng mga estudyante mong sinasabi mong slow, ay hindi yun yung intelligence na nasukat. So, baka meron pa silang ibang talino na magagamit nila sa social inquiry approach. Anong ginagawa ko dyan? Meron akong mga estudyante na parang walang interest sa pag-aaral. Unmotivated, demotivated, or ayaw nang pumasok. Pero this is a challenge for every teacher na nakikinig, no? Mga kaguro, mga co-teachers. Paano ko ginagawa yun? You know what? Spending at least 15 minutes talking with that child will get you a long way. Finding out what ticks and what's not, what are their interests, having that kind of a profile will help me implement teaching strategies that will help them become more interested in my classes. So, itong mga to, parang mahina, slow learner, pero pag nag-rap, ang bilis naman, di ba? So, paano naman yun? Ang gagawin natin doon? Yan. Ang tawag po natin dyan ay, siyempre sa inclusive education, we give them differentiated instructions. So, i-differentiate po natin. Kailangan malaman natin sila. Ang tanong lagi kasi ay, hindi matalino ba ang batang ito, kundi anong talino ng batang ito? Anong talino? 'Di ba? Hanapin natin. Naniniwala pa rin po kasi ako na walang batang talagang mahina. Baka may batang may mga challenges na nararanasan sa pag-aaral, hindi natin po yan sinusukuan. I'm telling you, in my 17 years of teaching, ang laging binibigay sa akin ni Dr. Meredith Romero, ang principal namin, at ang iba pa naming principal, Superintendent Dominico C. Idana ng Muntinlupa, shout out na rin, ay lowest section. I have the highest and the last section always in my 17 years of teaching, hindi yan nawala. I got the highest 2 sections, I got the lowest section until it became alphabetically arranged, no, yung sectioning. Pero noong ito ay nasa ganung uri ng sectioning. Pero alam nyo, nakita ko, ang daming magaling doon sa last section. At ano pong ginawa ko? I paired the first section to the last section together in an activity I called Ecolympics. Economics yung tinuturo ko eh. So Ecolympics, partner sila. Pag hindi yan natuto, kasi may information na tanong eh, bago gumawa ng isang challenge eh. Pag hindi nila yan na-master, yan. So ang tawag natin dyan, peer learning. So sana nasagot ko po yung tanong.
Thank you po, Doc Awi. Next question po from Miss Al Cameron Avila. Ano po ang kailangan maisaalang-alang sa paggamit ng design thinking at social inquiry approach sa pagtuturo ng social awareness sa mga isyung panlipunan? Salamat po.
Ang kailangan nating isaalang-alang ay pagsasakonteksto ng ating pagtuturo. Diba? May mga konseptong itinuturo na nakasulat sa ating learning competencies. Pero paano mo yon ikokonteksto? Ang dapat mong tignan ay kung anong meron sa komunidad. Kaya siya tinatawag na social action learning or social inquiry approach. Kasi tinitignan mo kung anong mga suliranin ng komunidad na pwedeng gawan ng paraan sa level o sa antas ng mga mag-aaral. Diba? Hindi naman para mag-magic yung grade 5 o hindi naman para mag-magic na mag-aladar na yung mga grade 4. Diba? Pero sa kanilang level, sa kanilang antas, ano yung maiaambag nila para maibsan ang problemang panglipunang nararanasan ng barangay at ng komunidad. So, mahalagang aspetong tignan yon. At sa design thinking, iniisip mo kung ano ang pangangailangan. Ganun pa rin, problem-based pa rin. Anong suliranin, ano ang kailangan masolusyonan at paano ka makakatulong. So mahalaga yung pananaw na nakaangkop sa iyong kapaligiran. Importante nga, pangalawa, kailangan mong mag-design ng, kung ito ay project, kakain ito ng oras. So titignan mo kung gaano katagal ito gagawin. Kasi ikokonteksto mo siya eh. So, kailangan yung pumunta sa mga lugar na kung saan kailangan may danas eh. So, daranasin. Pero pwede namang sa level ng bata, kung sino yung magkakapitbahay, edi yun ang gagawa ng kanilang sariling project. So, yun. Yun po.
Thank you po, Doc Awi. Next question po from Miss Leia Agustin. What approaches can you suggest to us to encourage some pupils who are not socialite inside the classroom?
Yan. Yung mga mahiyain, sabi natin, no? O yung mga introverts. I married a very introvert person. Nung grade 1 kami, pag sinabi ng teacher namin walang gagalaw, ako tagalista ng pangalan. Nakasampung ikot na ako sa klase namin. Hindi siya gumagalaw. At ayoko siyang kagrupo, mga kabaro. Nung grade 1 kami, hindi pwedeng magkagrupo kami sa games dahil siguradong matatalo ako kasi nahihiya eh. Diba? Pero, syempre, yung teacher ko, alam naman niya kung anong gagawin. So, partner with the people who are Jollibee, mga pabibo, kasali ko doon. Okay? So, yung magkaroon lang siya ng kaibigan or tignan natin, bakit ba siya hindi nagsasalita? Bakit ba siya hindi sociable? Anong meron? So, tanong din yan sa atin eh. Anong meron sa kanya? Ano ang kanyang prior experience? Baka naman napahiya na siya dati. So, yun yung mga bagay na aayusin natin o tutulungan nating maayos ng bata na magkaroon siya ng self-discovery kung anong gagawin. Ngayon, kung talagang hindi siya nagsasalita, talagang hindi nagsasalita, kailangan nating tanungin ang magulang. Pero karamihan sa mga bata, they just need a friend, no, who will encourage them and who will come with them, no? At maganda yung hindi ka lang nakikita ng students mo in a formal situation but also in informal situations, no? Para nawawala yung barrier. But maintain, kung high school yung tinuturuan, maintain that shoulder length distance among your students. So, I hope that helps. Paano ba naging hindi na mahiyain yung akin? Introvert pa rin siya ngayon. Kaya meron kasi talagang tao na gano'n. They prefer to be alone. But they're not lonely. And they're not weird. Pero kung gumagawa naman ng mga activities at nakikiisa naman pag may activities, di mas okay yun, no? And yeah, you have to create an atmosphere that is friendly and non-threatening. Yon. So, ang bata, pag nakita nila yung face natin na nakangiti tayo pagpasok ng classroom, nalulusaw ang mga insecurities. Nalulusaw ang mga agam-agam. Pero pag nakita nilang tayo ay parang sinakuluban ng langit at lupa, ayun na. So, parang natatakot na rin gumalaw. So, kasama yon. Lalo na pag nasa lower grade levels tayo, so yung mga estudyante natin, very crucial yung ating facial expressions also. Yan yung mga, you have to establish a safe environment, one that is free from any judgmental look or, one that is letting them to do and express their opinions without any judgment.
Thank you po, Doc Awi. Last question po natin. From Miss Nina Bantilan. Can we, as teachers, express our stand or conviction concerning a particular social issue in the course of teaching learning process?
Bakit? What's the purpose? Now, I suggest that you let your students know all the perspectives first. There are certain issues that you cannot just be quiet. Pero, pag ikaw yung nauna, abuse din yon. Kasi you want your students to follow you, so copycat. So let them realize things. And then, pag napag-usapan na, ikaw ma'am, ano yung mo? Pag nasabi na nila lahat, no? At meron lagi yung disclaimer. Pero, ang masasabi ko lang dyan, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Kasi, although that's a lot of room for diversity of opinions, perspectives, no, we have to be careful, lalo na sa mga elementary grades. Yan. Pwede tayo kasi i-quote at let our actions do the talking. Yan. Let our actions do the talking. Even if you don't say it bluntly, they will know your convictions because of your actions. And I think that's a more effective kind of teaching than just telling them bluntly about their stand on things. Don't have to say it. They will. You are influential. They will see it in you. Your actions will speak louder.
Thank you po, Doc Awi. So that's all the questions we have for now. Thank you for answering the questions of our Kabibol viewers. For now po, Doc Awi, any last reminders po to our viewers for this afternoon?
Kita-kita pa naman tayo sa mga ibang no. Pero for this afternoon, kung meron man akong tatlong bagay na gusto kong uwi ninyo, ibaon ninyo. Number one, be the teacher that changes the mind, the heart, and the actions, no? Yung convictions. Ang ibig ko sabihin, for the common good, ang ibig ko sabihin, laging ang teacher kasi, ang salitang pagtuturo kasi, ang salitang pag-aaral o learning, ayan, palaging, ang kahulugan niyan ay change, pagbabago. So, lagi nating tatandaan na tayo ay nagbabago, nakakapagpabago. So, yan, mahalagang mailagay sa isip at puso din natin yan na nagbabago at nakakapagpabago ang ating propesyon. Mahalin natin ito, mahalin din natin yung mga estudyante natin. Pangalawa, maging halimbawa tayo ng ating mga itinuturo. Kung tayo ay nagsusulong ng social inquiry for civic engagement, not just socially aware students, responsible citizens, gusto natin na may social action. So, we have to be a good role model. We have to be a good role model. Number 3, at the end of everything, at the end of it all, in the final analysis, will they find you or will God find you a good and faithful servant? So ngayon, maaring napapagod ka, maaring nasa stress ka na sa iyong ginagawa sa mga learning materials na kailangan mong matapos mamaya, pero inuna mong makinig. Maraming salamat at sana nakatulong ito. Huwag kang mapagod. No? Nakikita ng Diyos natin kung ano yung pagpapagal mo at kung bakit mo ito ginagawa. At I'm sure mahal ka ng Panginoon, and I'm sure you will be rewarded with what you are doing, with the sacrifices that you are giving our students. So pagpatuloy lang, huwag tayo mapagod. So, at dahil minsan napapagod tayo, ito lang last, no, Michelle, magtulungan tayo because we learn as one. 'Di ba, mga kabibal? Magtulungan tayo. Kung meron kang hindi alam, pwede kang mag-PM sa iyong co-teacher or kaibigan or pumunta sa Teacher Summit, manood ng Buhay Guro. Ito ay free ng aming mga professor sa Philippine Normal University, Dr. Felicia Eban. Marami kang matututunan. So mag-member kayo doon at marami din. Pumunta dito sa mga Facebook groups na ito katulad ng ibinibigay sa ating libre ng Bibal at iba pang mga platform at marami tayong matututunan na magtulong-tulong tayo, magbayanihan tayo para sa edukasyon natin. Ang dami ko nang sinabi, Ma'am Michelle, baka umabot pa tayo ng 4:00. Maraming salamat.
Thank you po, Doc Awi. So there we have it. In behalf of Vival Group Incorporated, I would like to thank you, Doc Awi, for being our speaker and for having this insightful learning session with us this afternoon. It is an honor to have you with us. And to our Kabibal viewers, thanks to you for your continuous patronage to our daily learning session. And muli, maraming salamat po at magkita po tayo uli bukas. Goodbye po and have a nice day!